Hello everyone, it is June Penny and welcome back to my channel. I would first like to give you all a big hug. Yes, that's how I'm starting out my videos every day because I cannot express the way that I feel about how you guys support me, and it's my way of just giving you a big old hug and just saying thank you so much because it means so much to me. This video I am doing today is basically how I got approved for weight loss surgery, which was the gastric. I still have problems with this. The gastric sleeve, the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. Okay, I think I got it right. Let me just get some water right now. I need a little bit of water. So important to be hydrated. Okay, so when you finally realize that weight loss surgery is something for you, you know, I can't stress this enough. Like, you really have to be 100% this is what you want to do, because this is a life-changing surgery. It's not like you can do any do-overs. You can't say, okay, no, I want my stomach back. Gastric sleeve, they remove 80 to sometimes 90% of your stomach. So what you can fit in your stomach before, you can't anymore. So your stomach is like really, really small. And at first it can only hold like 2 to 4 ounces of food. I'm not a professional. I am going through this. This is my journey, the beginning of my journey. So I don't want to come off like I know everything about this. This is through my research that I have done and going to my doctors and making this amazing decision that I can only wish that I've done this sooner, but it's never too late. I'm 51 and I'm just starting to take care of myself. You know, for years and years, I've taken care of everyone else in the family, and now it is time for me to take care of myself. But anyway, let's get on to what you have to do to be approved for weight loss. Now, if you have medical coverage, that's amazing. Most medical coverages will cover it if you're over 100 pounds overweight, which right there and then, I was approved right there, but not really approved. You still have to go through certain steps in order to really be approved. So first thing you want to do is find a gastric, like a bariatric doctor. I advise that you do your research when you do this. And so you want to be able to have a good rapport with your doctor. So the first thing first, when you go, you'll be weighed. They will ask you why you feel like you need to have the surgery. And then they say, okay, well, what's your medical insurance? Now, some medical insurances ask you for 6 months of testing. That means you have to go through this whole thing, and it's really not that bad. I know at first when I got the list, I was like, I got to do all these testings and different areas in Brooklyn. But if you truly want something, you're going to do it. And it's really not that bad. And it goes by so fast. Well, they give you a list. So in my case, I had to make a psychiatric consultation. So they want to make sure that you are aware that when you come out of surgery and you're invited to a party, you know that you cannot eat the way that you did. And some people might feel like, really, I can't? I thought I would be able to eat the way I have always eaten. I was just going to lose weight. No. So you have to pass that whole consultation. You also have to get an endoscopy. So that's when they put a camera down your throat. They just want to make sure that there are no ulcers, anything that you have to be put to sleep. This is not a painful procedure. They just put you to sleep, and it takes all of 15 minutes, and then you wake up, and in an hour, you're ready to go home. Pre-op testing, we all know that. That's probably the last part of all this. Pulmonary function tests, and this is like basically to check your sleep apnea, how you're breathing. And so I had to breathe inside a excuse me, a tube to make sure that everything is good with my breathing. If you have sleep apnea, they ask you to do a sleep test. I did not have to do a sleep test, but yet I snore. An echocardiogram. So, you know, I have a cardiologist who is my primary doctor. So I have my echocardiogram. And then you have to do an abdominal and pelvic, yeah, so ultrasound. When you complete all the, oh, and I forgot, you have to do 6 months at your primary doctor. So you will get a form, like a little packet, and it's, you give it to your primary doctor, and they fill it out every single month. So you're going to go every month for 6 months. And there they do your weight. Sometimes they do your blood, urine, and basically they're checking to see if you lose weight. Now, with my medical insurance and my doctor, he required me to lose at least 10 to 15 pounds before surgery. Now, that depends on how much you weigh. If you weigh a lot more, then they may require you to lose 25 pounds. So I know a lot of you are probably saying, you heard me? I said probably. I know many of you are probably saying, well, if I can lose 25 pounds, why would I need the surgery? Well, you and I both know it's very easy to lose 25 pounds. We've all done it. We've all lost 10, 15, 20, 25 pounds. We don't keep it on. That is the reason why we're brought here to do this surgery, because we cannot succeed at losing our weight. 80 pounds, 100 pounds, 150, 200 pounds. We just can't do it. They want to make sure that you are completely serious about getting this surgery. So they're not going to look and say, oh, well, she lost 25 pounds. Well, we're going to deny her. No, they want to make sure that they're investing the money in you, that you are serious about losing weight and you're going to do this. So, yeah. So, you know, get losing weight. So what I did was, I found in my appointments, I wasn't losing weight. I was like, oh, I'll do it the last month. I'll do it last month. The last, like 5 weeks prior to my surgery, I started changing my eating habits because I knew I would have to go on the liquid diet. And to me, that was like, oh, like you can, to me, I don't know. I think it would be very, very hard if you're eating regular and then all of a sudden you say, okay, tomorrow I start my liquid diet, and you go from eating all this to having just liquid. I think it's just mentally, physically, emotionally draining. It is. And then you have to detox of everything just right in there. You're going to end up with headaches. You're going to be nauseous. You're going to be so irritable. So my advice to you is, maybe a month before surgery, start working on eliminating some of the sugars, some of the salt, some of the carbs. Just try to eliminate it. I'm not saying all at once, but if you're a soda drinker, stop the soda. If you have sugar in your coffee, change it to stevia. Like, do different things. Try to stay away from the bread. Just try a little bit. Or just say, you know what, for 3 days out of the week, I'm not going to have bread. And as it's getting closer to your surgery, you will be mentally and physically, emotionally prepared to do the liquid phase of the pre-op diet. That's how I felt. Yeah, the first 3 days was a little grueling, but it really wasn't that bad. I will have a video right here that shows, 10 days before my surgery and how I was feeling on the pre-op liquid diet. So this is just my advice. This is what I did. It may not work for you, but I think it's easier to wean yourself off certain foods before you start that liquid diet. And be prepared, because you're going to have to keep on the liquid diet after your surgery, at least 10 to 14 days. You have to stay on the liquid diet, which is really, it's a breeze, because your stomach is a little, and it can't handle anything else but a sip, a couple of sips of water, ice pops, Jello. That's what I had, even with the pre-op and the post-op diet. I had water. You can have flavored water. So you can have, your Gatorade, your Powerade. Make sure it's sugar-free. No carbonated beverages, broth, sugar-free Jello, sugar-free ice pops. What else? What else? What else? No creamed soups. If you want like a tomato soup, you really have to dilute it with water. Like, you cannot have anything thick going into your system. And then, well, for me, the day before I had to take magnesium citrate, which was gross, but it really, really cleans you out. So the reason for them to have yourself cleaned out and do the liquid diet is because us as obese people, and especially morbidly obese people, we eat a lot of fat and a lot of junk. And what they want to do is they want to shrink your liver, because during surgery, they have to get to your stomach. And if your liver is completely fatty and just too hard to get to your stomach, depending on the doctor, they just might sew your booty up, not your booty, sew your stomach up and say, you know what, come back when you're really serious. Or they might ask you in a little bit of a contract saying, well, if we go in and we can't get in because of your fatty liver, like if you don't do the right thing, would you give us permission to close you up and do the big surgery? So you don't want a big surgery. You want it to be the 4 little incisions, go in there, get the stomach out, and start your journey onto health. You don't want that big surgery. Then you have to stay in the hospital a little bit longer, and it's such a longer healing process. So do the right thing, follow the guidelines, and yeah, I mean, that's my guidelines. But a friend of mine said that his sister has a certain coverage. I don't know if it was Cigna. I'm not too sure. I don't want to, this is just what I heard. I don't want to put this like set in stone. But I do know that there are certain medical coverages, insurance companies, that will not even have you do 6 months. So if they weigh you, they say, okay, she's over 100 pounds, he or she is over 100 pounds, they are approved for surgery. You would think, oh my gosh, that's great. I don't have to do 6 months of this and that and that. I think that's the worst thing ever, because I don't think a person who can get covered like that, go into surgery the next week, is going to come out successful, because they don't have the time to research and to see if this is what you really want to do. Before I even went to these appointments, I researched the liquid diet, the puree diet, the soft diet, the solid diet. What can I eat? Will I be able to do this? I already had the recipes in my head. I researched, I went on Pinterest. I researched everything. It's the good, the bad, the ugly. I feel like you really need to take some time to research. It's imperative that you do that to be successful. I plan on being successful. End of story. I will be successful. And it might take a little bit longer for me because I'm 51. I don't know. Menopausal. You know, your metabolism isn't as great as the youngins over here that are losing weight like crazy. The body's snapping right back. My body is going to be hitting the floor. And I'm okay with that. I am okay with that because my health is involved. Diabetes, I don't want to get my ankle, my toes amputated. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. My toes are not going to be amputated. They're not. Anyway, guys, I hope this video helped you, and please share it with someone who may need it, who is thinking about having weight loss surgery. And please comment down below. Let me know what your guidelines were and what you did to prepare for the surgery, because it will help so many viewers who read the comments. I know a lot of you read all the comments, so it will help somebody out. And I love you all, and I will see you guys in my next video. Stay beautiful, stay healthy, and most of all, smile. I love you all. Bye.